morning and welcome to today's edition of Good Morning Hebrew Home. I'm your host for Thursdays, Liisa Murray. Today we have a great show for you. We'll be talking about what happened on this day in history. We'll be celebrating 100 years of women voting and talk to our special guest, Alexis Rankin. Let's get right into it. So today is Thursday, August 27th. In the weather today, the heat is back. Today is a high of 92, partly cloudy skies giving way to sun in the afternoon, and a chance of rain tonight. So we had that nice little brief moment of cool yesterday, but the 90s are back. On this day in history, in 1782, the Battle of Combahee River near Beaufort, North Carolina, American abolitionist John Lawrence is killed leading the charge, as seen in Hamilton, which a lot of us watched recently. 1953, the movie Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn, Gregory Peck, and Eddie Albert, is released. In 1955, the Guinness Book of World Records, compiled by student twins Norris and Ross McWhirter, is published for the first time and becomes an instant success. The book was originally owned by the Guinness Brewery, hence the name. It is currently owned by the Jim Pattison Group, which is the same company who owns Ripley Entertainment, Inc. The Guinness Book of Records holds its own record as the world's most sold copyrighted book. And in 1964, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, directed by Robert Stevenson and starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke, premieres in Los Angeles, a favorite of mine. And on August 27th in 2009, a new dinosaur species is discovered. It's discovered in Australia by paleontologists on a sheep farm in Queensland. The fossils of the dinosaur are estimated to be around 97 million years old and belong to an herbivore sauropod. That is crazy to me. My brain can never actually think about how long ago 97 million years is. It's amazing. So in famous birthdays for today, in 1908, Lyndon B. Johnson, the 36th U.S. president, was born in Stonewall, Texas. In 1937, Alice Coltrane, American jazz musician, was born in Detroit, Michigan. In 1952, Pee Wee Herman, also known as Paul Reubens, American actor known for Pee Wee's Big Adventure, was born in Peekskill, New York, not too far from here. And turning to our own birthdays here at the Hebrew Home, staff Telma from housekeeping and Sherelle from nursing. And in resident birthdays, Mary W. and Frederica S. A very happy birthday to all of you from us here at Good Morning Hebrew Home. So today's lunch is hot dog on a roll, baked beans, sauerkraut, and the dessert is pineapples. For dinner tonight, we begin with a carrot and spinach soup. The entree is a filet-o-fish sandwich with coleslaw, and the dessert is my dad's favorite ice cream, coffee ice cream. As always, don't forget to send us in some viewer mail. Later on, I'm going to be talking about first voters, and I want to hear about the first voter in your family. But let's get to something I am very excited about today. So we have a great interview for you today. Please welcome Alexis Rankin, Office Manager in Human Resources.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome.
Hi.
I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
One of the great things about this show is that I get to see people that I don't know that well and say, come on the show, and then I'm going to have to learn more about you. And you're going to have to talk to me.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what you do here at the home.
Okay, so I work in human resources, and I currently am an office manager. So I keep the office sane. We have day-to-day calls. I work alongside Stephanie Pernas, who's the HR representative, and we basically manage the office. I work on tuition reimbursement. I am the person that is processing your tuition reimbursement.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Some people may know me because I previously was working alongside Sean, who was doing the management development training.
Yes, I think that's where I met you.
Yes, that's where we communicated more often.
Yeah.
And so it's on pause for right now, but other than managing the office, I'm just like the go-to person if you have any questions, concerns, and I'm here to help.
Yeah. Years ago, before I came here, I used to work at a record label, and I was the office manager there. And I know being an office manager means you have a little bit of your hands in everything.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Anytime something goes on, you're the one to be like, okay, I'm going to figure out.
Yes, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
when people are coming into the office, whether it's the phone ringing, people coming into the office, emails. I work alongside Joanne DeVito, who's our Vice President of Human Resources, Maria Suarez, who's our Assistant Director of Human Resources. So it's busy. Every day is different. It's always something new happening, and if it's something that we are not sure about, we're trying to figure it out. So office manager is like, I'm running around like in my head and at my desk at the same time.
Yes, exactly. So what led you here to the Hebrew home?
So previously, before even transitioning into human resources, I was in fashion. And I transitioned into HR, but working here at Hebrew Home, but I was an executive assistant and an executive sales assistant. So in my fashion career, I would travel to Vegas and go talk to the buyers, and we're trying to like get our clothes into the department stores. And I love fashion, but I always enjoyed helping people, and so I was looking for a transition into the health setting, and that's how I ended up at Hebrew Home. And working in a nursing home, and then knowing people in my personal life that work in a health setting, whether they're like a nurse already, a paramedic, a nurse practitioner, a firefighter. So it kind of like inspired me to like, you know what, let me try this health setting and see, you know, what I can do since I enjoy helping people. And that's how I ended up at Hebrew Home. Currently, me being here, I've decided to pursue a nursing career.
Oh, that's
and
exciting.
I'm currently a BSN student, evening weekend program, so I'm still here working full time.
Oh my gosh, you're doing it all. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yes, and I'm also in a phlebotomy program as well. Just
Excuse
to have
me?
some knowledge.
Excuse me? Just as if you weren't doing enough already. Like throw a
Yes,
little more
while
on there.
managing HR.
While managing HR, also phlebotomy program, also nursing. You know,
Yes,
you're a busy
yes.
person, it sounds like.
But I love juggling more than one thing, so it's been great, and I absolutely love it. And the nursing home, it's like the residents, they're awesome, and just to see them day by day. And we also have some visitors that come to HR as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yes, on a daily basis. Maddie
Oh.
Ingram.
Maddie may be watching
Maddie.
right now. Maddie is a big fan of the show. She's one of our most loyal followers.
Yes, HR. We're very familiar with her. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning.
And so, yeah, it's been a journey.
You know, when you said you worked in fashion, that made complete sense to me, because one of the other ways I know you is one of the most fashionable people here. You're often someone that I see and I go, I love your outfit. Like even if we don't talk to each other that much, I'm always like, I love what
We're
you're
always
wearing
on the
today.
go.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you,
As
thank
we're
you.
running past each other
Right.
in the hallways.
Absolutely. No, yeah, fashion was great. I mean, it's great to see a different realm and then to transition into something totally new. So this is like a whole new journey for me, but I'm ready for it. And, you know, those who do want to pursue something in fashion, it's great. It's very fast paced. You get to travel and market week and talk to buyers and get free perks and sample sales. So
Yeah.
that would be one thing I miss. But other than that, that's it.
Yeah. I find so many people, you know, to have different journeys that bring them here. But a lot of times when talking to people, they have worked somewhere else beforehand and they've really wanted to focus more on being able to help people. And that's what brings them here. So they may have an experience in some sort of business background, and then you never know how those things are going to combine.
You don't, because originally I have my business degree. I have a bachelor's in business, fashion marketing, and starting college 2010 and graduating 2014, I would have never thought like, okay, now I'm starting all over again and pursuing a BSN. And so you just don't know. And that's the funny thing about life. Like, it's very unpredictable.
Yeah, you never know. And there's always another opportunity to be learning something new, trying out something new.
And you can also, you know, use your skills that you had in your previous career to your current career, and, you know, having great people that you work alongside, you know, great minds collab, and, you know, it's like a melting pot. So it's like, it's good. I use what I've learned and like what I'm learning now, and then I'm like, oh, this makes sense now.
Yes, it's amazing. You know, you don't necessarily think that those things would go together, but there's so many ways that we can all use our diverse backgrounds, our different interests to come together and work here.
Yes, absolutely.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask you was what you like to do in your free time outside of here, but hearing that you're pursuing so many degrees.
Well, I still have some fun.
Okay.
You know, I enjoy working out. That's my favorite, my go-to, my like stress reliever.
What kind of stuff do you like to do when you work out? Are you like a Pilates girl? Are you a weightlifting girl?
I'm like a weightlifting, HIIT training, cardio. Let's take group classes at the same time and then like run by the water.
Yes, yes.
So I enjoy working out. If I'm not doing that, I'm like my therapeutic is like music. I'm just listening to music, all genres, and it's like my wind down time.
Yes,
like,
I mean, you are speaking my language right now. As a music therapist, I mean, tell me more. What kind of music do you listen to? Do you have a favorite singer, a favorite type of music?
You know, I'm not picky. So, like, I love old R&B. I love the new R&B. I love rock, pop. Anything that like catches like a tune to my ear, I'm just like, oh yeah, I like this beat. This is great. And especially while working out, like it's just like I have a mixed playlist of all types of music, and then, like I like the hard rock to like, you know, okay, I'm lifting these heavy weights. Let me, you know, this is gonna push me. And then I also have the soothing music to like, you know, calm my nerves. And okay, it depends on what type of workout I want to do.
Yeah.
I used to draw, so. Drawing is one thing that I need to pick up again, but I previously, it was a go-to hobby before like working out. But I used to run track and field for Women's Colgate, so I love running and working out. That's like my go-to thing.
That's
definitely,
great.
for sure.
That's wonderful. And I think also another thing that our residents can take with them too is also those different types of music for different activities, right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
definitely, I'm sure that our residents can relate when they're doing an exercise class with Deb here, that the music makes such a difference. You know,
it does.
Doing some cardio in silence and doing some cardio to like some Gloria Stefan, like fast-paced music. It feels very different.
It makes a difference. It's like going in an elevator with no music, and you're like, okay, waiting to get to my floor. And then, like with music, you're like, oh, I like this song.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's good.
That's great, and I hope you get back into doing some drawing again.
I need to. I may stop by your studio.
Stop by our studio anytime. Yeah, we love to support people being creative.
Yes.
In whatever way.
Yes, I absolutely will.
Yay! So, one of the last things I like to ask people is if they have any like words of advice or things that they've learned recently from all of the COVID, you know, challenges we've faced that you'd love to share with the residents.
Yes, I believe mental wellness is very important. Definitely like find time to recharge yourself because you're running around, you're on the go, and it's 10,000 things happening, whether it's personal or whether it's like work, and you definitely need time like for yourself. So whether it's like working out, if it's, you know, drawing, just, you know, taking a walk by the water, or, you know, talking to your friends and family, just like a little laughter, it definitely eases your soul. So definitely be positive and, you know, watch positive things, quotes, anything to just help you recharge yourself, because at this time it's a lot going on, and it's very important to have support. So I definitely want to tell everyone to have a beautiful day and have a wonderful good morning. And if you are feeling down, just know that how you're feeling now isn't your definitive feeling for the rest of your life, you know, so.
I think that's great. I think especially right now there's so much to worry about, and sometimes we feel like if we don't think about it, you know, something bad's going to happen.
Right, like if we're not thinking about it, we're not being cautious.
If we're not watching the news, you know, we're not staying up to date.
Right.
You can take a moment.
Take a moment and a break, because that's I mean, that's our everyday life now, you know, wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing. But if you can just, you know, practice safely, but, you know, be around some love and support, then,
Yeah.
you know, that it helps for your soul. So it's a good thing.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Alexis.
Thank you for having me.
It has been wonderful to get to know you better.
Yes, absolutely.
I will be complimenting you on your outfits, I'm sure, more in the future as we
and
run
you
past
as
each other.
well. I, mean, I always see you running in the hallway, and I'm like, look at Liisa.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day
Thank
yourself.
you, you too, and thank you everyone for having me.
Yes.
And bye.
Bye. All right, so let's finish with our positive news story for the day. So yesterday marked the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. Thinking about this, I found this site, firstwomanvoter.com. And over this past week, millions of women have shared stories of the first woman voter in their families. The idea for this bipartisan initiative is that there are women in every family who deserve recognition and respect as role models for civic leadership. The compelling, inspiring videos captured on this website prove that point. I thought to end our show today, we could take a look at one of those beautiful videos commemorating 100 years of voting. So in a couple minutes, we will watch a video of Robin Roberts talking about the first woman voter in her family. Thinking about this, I actually asked my family, who is the first woman voter in our family? And it was actually my great-grandma Wilhelm, who was the first woman voter right there in the 1920s. And I wonder, who's the first woman voter in your family? Are you the first woman voter in your family? Please send us a note or call 2813 and let us know. So tune in later today for Wellness with Deborah at 1:30. If you missed any portion of today's show, it will be replayed on channel 88 at 6:30, and you can find all of our episodes on YouTube. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same channel.
Hi, I'm Robin, and there is a fierce debate in my family about who was the first woman to vote, and that's because there were so many strong, dynamic, politically active women on both sides of our family. I am going to highlight Grandma Sally. She's right there, standing tall in the white dress in the middle of her family. Born in 1900, my mother's mom, and I remember as a child spending my summers with Grandma Sally in Akron, Ohio. And I remember hearing that not only did she vote, she got to know who her local council person was, because she wanted to make sure that the dirt streets were oiled in the spring, and that if kids on one side of the railroad tracks got a tennis court, that the kids on her side of the tracks got a court too. This is Grandma Sally's daughter, my mama, also politically active as a voter. And beyond that, she served on so many boards, both locally and statewide, in our home state of Mississippi. I can't tell you what a blessing to have been inspired to value my right to vote.
My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew